Hey Mingos, welcome to Nailchemy. My name's Lisa Graves and today I'm going to show you how to do a green glitter encapsulated nail with a black halo finished off with a hand painted spider's web. Hope you enjoy. Right, so all of my tips are on. I've filed and shaped them. I've done all my cuticle work. So I'm going to come in now with the nail plate cleanser and just give these nail plates a good scrub. Get rid of any residue left over, any dust. Make sure you get right up in the cuticles and right down these side walls as well. Nice, good clean. And then we need our Ultra Bond. Good stuff this is. So I'm just going to do just this one nail. Now this only needs to go onto the nail plate, not the tip. There we go, and just give that a couple of seconds to dry. So I'm using my medium speed monomer and my acrylic A8 brush. And I'm going to come in and do a thin clear base just because we're doing an acrylic design. So I only need a small bead, teeny tiny bead, and just make sure that covers the entire nail bed. There we go, and give that a couple of seconds. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do with this nail is I'm going to come in with the Onyx acrylic powder. Now we're going to be working in tiny, tiny beads, so it's up to you. You can use your A8 brush, alternatively you can use the smaller 3D brush because we are going to be working in tiny beads. So what we're going to be doing with this is coming all the way around the edge, so nice and carefully around your cuticle, careful not to flood. Don't worry too much if you do come onto the nail like this, but what we need is nice, let's get in shot, nice dense colour all the way around the edge. So like I say, don't fret too much if you do end up with a fair amount of product in the middle, so long as you wipe it away and keep it really, really thin in the middle, because we're going to be adding product onto that, so we don't want to be building up any unnecessary thickness. So I'm making sure that I've got enough product all the way around the edges to give me that true black colour, and then all of this in the middle that can just get whitewashed out. So when you are picking up your small beads, make sure you drain the liquid out the back. That's going to keep the colour a little bit more intense. I'm going to bring this all the way down and then fade that out. So we're going to have this solid black all the way around. Are you alright? You comfy? Yep. So don't worry about it being absolutely perfect. You know, these are Halloween nails, so if it does look a little bit garish, it's okay. The important thing at this stage is to make sure that you are keeping it nice and thin. There we go. Okay, so now on top of this we are going to be using, I forgot what it's called, Mirage. So this is bright neon green and it has got some sparkle in there. And as well, I've pulled out a couple of glitters, so I'm going to be using these two. The one on the left is Vela, again, me and pronunciation, we're not friends, and this one is Aquarius. So I'm not 100% certain if I'm going to be using both of them. We'll see how it goes. So coming in with Mirage, I'm going to pick up a bead and just kind of place this down in the middle. Once you've got the acrylic off, wipe your brush off, and then I'm just going to pat the edge of that just to kind of, so it's not a solid line going into the black. Again, don't stress, this hasn't got to be perfect. We've still got glitter to add on top of this. And we're going to do a design on the top as well. So all we're doing at the minute is creating layers. So we want it quite intense green in the middle, but we still want to keep that black visible around the edges. Bring that down. Okay, so while that's wet, you should be able to dip into your glitters, start picking up little bits. I think I'm just going to stick with Vela, whatever it's called. The Aquarius one might be a little bit too dark for this, and I really want to keep this green nice and vibrant. I don't want to tone it down. So there we go. I just want a little bit more green along the bottom here. So I'm going to go back into Mirage, small bead, drain out the back to keep the colour intense, and then add that where I want, and just pat the edges of that so it blends into that black quite nicely. And if you need to, you can always dip back into your black and intensify that up again. A little bit of glitter. Fabulous. Right, lids on products because I am a bugger for knocking things over. Just going to give that a couple of minutes to set. Okay, once you're happy that it is set enough, it doesn't need to be completely set, just set enough that it's not going to be moving around. We're going to cap this in our clear. So whether you cap your nails in 1 bead, 2 bead, 3 beads, completely up to you. Generally, I cap my nails in 2 beads. Just depends on so many things, to be honest. Usually what mood I'm in. If I'm in a good mood, I'll do it in 1 bead. If I'm in a bad mood, it normally takes about 24 beads. I'm joking, it never takes me 24 beads. That's on a really bad day. So don't forget when you're capping, keep that nail tilted down. Helps avoid flooding the cuticle. So we can place our bead super close. And because we've got our nail tilted down, gravity is just going to pull it away. So while I'm doing this cuticle bead, I'm popping my apex in at the same time. There we go. Right, we'll give that a couple of minutes to set and then we can get it filed up. Okay, we are all ready to file. I'm going to come in with my Nailchemy 100-180. So the initial filing I'm going to do with the 100. Although to be fair, this could also be done with the 180. There's not a lot of filing that needs to be done. So I'm just going to come over my shape. I always do my sidewalls first and then come round my cuticle area. Make sure you're turning your client's hands so that it's comfortable for you and for your client, and so that you can protect their finger as well. And I'm going to come up and over the nail, so from the left over to the centre, and then from the right over to the centre as well. Going to flip over to my 180 now, just over this entire nail. Just start smoothing out those file lines. Refine this nail a little bit more, and make sure you're checking the nail from all angles as well, looking for any unnecessary bulk, any thickness that you can get rid of. Make sure your apex is in the right place and get that smoothed out. Now you've got 2 choices here because we are doing an acrylic design. We need to make sure that we can get this as see-through as possible. So you can use a buffer, or you can wipe over with acetone, or you can do both. If you're doing both, I would recommend buffing the nail first and then wiping over with acetone. Don't do it the other way. going to give this a buff today. Okay, once you're happy with that, give it a good dust off. And I'm going to come in with my, where is it? No Wipe top coat. There we go, and then that can go into the lamp for a full cure. So while that's curing, I'm just going to get my art gel out. So I'm going to be using the Tack Free Black. And as always, I'm just going to pop a blob of that on the back of my thumb. Other palettes are available. I really need to start using my Nailchemy one. I really should. Sorry, Dave. I will use it, I promise. When I get into my new studio, it will get used. Okay, so I'm going to do, look, I've got it all over my thumb. I'm going to do a spider's web on here. So I'm just loading my brush up so you can see I'm rolling my brush through the gel so that it's all loaded up. And then I need to take off any excess because we don't want big blobs of gel on here. Right, so spider's web from this top corner, I'm just going to come and pull out. This isn't the right brush. I need to use a different brush. 1 second. I'm just going to wipe that off. Let's go in with... Right, I'm going to come in with my 8mm liner instead. It's just a little bit shorter and it's a little bit finer. So let's try this one. Again, so in the corner, that's better. And then I can pull that out. And as you pull it, the product will run out on the brush and it will taper off into nothing. So you can be in complete control of that. You can go back in and make it a little bit longer, or you can keep it short. These don't all have to be the same length either. If one's slightly shorter, that's fine. And we're just going to pull some of these out like that. When you're happy with that, we're then going to start coming in and doing the woo-woo bits. I don't know. What? The woo-woo, where like the bouncy bit.
Sorry guys, right. She's been swimming, she's a bit high.
I've had coffee. Right, so take these nice and slowly. And we're just going to bounce from one line to the next. You may need to keep dipping back in to your gel, but because those first lines that we did, because they're still wet, you can essentially borrow product from them. The woo-woos. You may feel more comfortable doing this with a shorter brush as well, so use a longer brush for the liney bits and a shorter brush for the woo-woos. And one more woo-woo. Oh, isn't there a cocktail called a woo-woo?
There is.
Oh, I need to go out drinking. Okay, when you're happy with that, that can go in for a full cure. Okay, that's come out the lamp. So there we go. So I'm just going to pop a drop of the Elixir Coconut. This is one of my faves.
Coconut.
Pop that on there. A little finger massage. Make sure you get that under the nail as well. Way too much cuticle.
I don't mind, I like cuticle oil.
Okay, there you go.
So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to give us a little like and drop any comments that you've got down in the comment section below. More importantly, please click that subscribe button. That way you'll get a notification ready for when our next video drops. Thanks for watching, guys.